The movie kicks off with a mysterious man named Caro, casually helping a bodyguard light a cigarette. A small act of kindness, but the calm doesn't last. Caro steps into his boss's office, only to be met with irritation. The boss was expecting a woman, not his right-hand man. But Caro warns him, this isn't just another meeting. A deadly group known as the Shadows of Death might be on the move. Soon after, a beautiful woman arrives and everyone is dismissed, leaving her alone with the boss. She plays a slow, haunting tune on a traditional instrument, setting a strange tone. But as soon as she turns her back, the boss attacks her. Just as he begins to choke her, Agent 13 of the Shadows of Death bursts in and with one swift strike of her sword, beheads him. The woman's scream echoes down the hall. Caro, who's on the phone with his daughter, hears the scream and rushes in with the guards. They find the boss's corpse and the woman in shock. Caro grabs her, demanding answers. She points toward a set of statues. The guards open fire, but hit nothing. That's when the real fight begins. From the shadows, Agent 13 emerges, slashing and killing every guard in sight with brutal efficiency. Reinforcements arrive, but they're no match. One by one, they fall. Caro tries to stop her. A wild shootout follows. Agent 13 accidentally shoots the woman she saved, throwing her into a panic. Caro takes advantage and unloads his weapon, shooting Agent 13 several times. Suddenly, the lights go out. In the darkness, Caro shouts for someone to turn the lights back on. But another agent appears, a woman in a partial mask. She kills the remaining guards without mercy. Caro calls her Shadows of Death, then charges. A final battle begins, but she's far deadlier than he expected. She finishes him off, then turns to revive her injured partner, Agent 13. Agent 13 wakes up, gasping and panicking. Her partner calms her, telling her the mission is over. On their way out, 13 asks what comes next. Her partner, Umbra, is cold and distant. She questions 13's reliability and warns that she might be sent back to the facility. That night, 13 wakes up trembling in her room. She takes her medication, works out, showers, then rides her bike to a strange building. She makes a call, hoping for clarity from Umbra. Instead, she's only told to keep taking her drugs. Disheartened, she returns home. On the stairs, she sees a little boy named Mji, struggling to help his drunk mother. They exchange a quiet glance. The next morning, 13 is jolted awake by violent banging on a neighbor's door. She witnesses Mji's mother being harassed and beaten by Mji's father and his thugs. She remembers her orders, not to interfere, so she turns away. Later, after another robotic routine of pills, push-ups, and a shower, she walks out of the bathroom, only to find the mother's dead body. MGE sits beside her, crying helplessly. A man scolds the boy harshly, telling him he's alone now. 13 locks eyes with the man, fury in her stare. He approaches her, but she vanishes before he can get close. She heads back to make another call, but gets the same cold response. No help, no answers. The scene shifts. 13 sits silently at a restaurant, staring at a full plate of food. Young MG approaches Agent 13. She gently asks if he's okay. He brushes off the concern, saying he's fine, scar and all. But it doesn't take long for the truth to break through. With tears streaming down his face, MG confesses that it was Haga who beat his mother. Moved by his pain, Agent 13 comforts him. She tells him they're going somewhere important and takes him to the graveyard. There, she kneels beside his mother's fresh grave and teaches him how to speak to her, reassuring him that his mother is always listening. MG lies down, resting his head on the soil, quietly talking to the one person he lost. Later, as they ride back together on her bike, MG holds onto her waist and whispers a quiet, "Thank you." For the first time, Agent 13 feels something human. The next morning, she wakes up. This time, she refuses her pills. Something inside her is shifting. After a shower, she finds a note from Mji, thanking her for the ride. She smiles, but that smile fades when she looks out the window and realizes he's missing. Worried, she sneaks into Meiji's apartment, only to hear a man, Jia, talking on the phone. He's reporting to his boss, Haega, saying he's been sent to recover any evidence left behind in Meiji's place. Agent 13 confronts Jay and demands to know where MG is. When he refuses, she takes him down with ruthless efficiency. Dragging him along, she forces Jay to reveal the truth. On the way, he stops at a shady club and introduces her to a woman named Moonrose. He lies, telling her that Agent 13 wants to be a hostess. Moonrose pressures 13 to speak up, but she remains silent. Jay then tells Moonrose he needs to meet Haega. It's about MG. While Jay and Moonrose head off to meet Haega, Agent 13 digs through the club's security footage. Meanwhile, Jay lies to Haega, claiming he's brought someone special for him. Haega sends one of his guards to retrieve her, but that was a mistake. Agent 13 kills the guard with deadly precision and storms into Haega's room. She demands to know where MG is, but Haega says nothing. Instead, he grabs a syringe, trying to inject her. In a shocking twist, Agent 13 turns the syringe against him. But just as she's about to finish him, the woman in the room pulls out a gun and fires, accidentally hitting Haega instead. Haega collapses, bleeding out from multiple gunshots. The woman flees in terror as Agent 13 prepares to take her down. Chaos erupts. Guards scramble. Agent 13 fights her way through them, wiping out everyone in her path. Moonrose joins the fight, blasting at her with a short shotgun, but she's no match. In the chaos, Jay escapes with the woman he came with and steals a police car. While driving, he yells at Agent 13, blaming her for dragging him into this mess. He dumps her off and coldly tells her he's done helping. She's on her own now. Elsewhere, a brutal man named Praz, one of Haega's closest allies, is seen torturing someone named Kusno. He demands to know how Kusno smuggled an entire truckload of drugs to the harbor. In the middle of the interrogation, he receives a devastating phone call from Riel. Haega is dead. In a rare emotional moment, Praz breaks down in tears. But grief quickly turns to fury. He demands access to the CCTV footage, and that's when he sees her, Agent 13. His next target is clear. MG, captured, bruised, tortured, at the hands of Haega's remaining goons. The storm isn't over, it's only getting darker. While Jai was home singing to comfort his sick, elderly mother, he received a call from Praz, but chose not to answer. Unbeknownst to him, Praz and his men were already outside. They cut the power, and Jai noticed them trying to break in. In fear, he locked the door and lay beside his mother, continuing to sing. Praz eventually forced his way in and pointed a gun at Jai's mother. Just then, 13 arrived and took on Praz's bodyguards, eliminating them all in a fierce fight. She stormed into the room, disarmed Praz, and beat him down, demanding to know where MG was. As she was about to kill him, Jackie intervened, giving Praz the chance to escape. He fled in a car, and 13 chased after him on her bike. Praz contacted Ariel, luring 13 directly into a trap. One of Ariel's cars rammed into her, and Ariel viciously attacked her with a bat. Suddenly, Praz returned, wanting to join in her punishment. As he taunted her, 13 grabbed his face, bit off his ear, and then gouged out his eyes, killing him gruesomely. Ariel's bodyguards froze in shock, allowing 13 a brief pause. But Ariel struck again, knocking her unconscious. He tied her up and angrily confronted her for killing his two best men over the son of a loser. He punched her repeatedly and prepared to beat her again when his father entered. His father stopped him and warned that killing her would be a mistake. She could still be useful, especially as long as MG was alive. Ariel's father then turned to 13 and said he didn't care who she was. He just wanted her services. He promised she'd get the kid, eventually. Later, the captors brought MG to 13. He was extremely weak, brutally beaten, and barely able to speak. 13 was then taken to Cabal's location, with Ariel warning his father that if anything happened to him, he should kill MG by choking him. At the exchange, 13 helped Ariel trade bags of illegal substances for money with Cabal. But Ariel had a darker plan. He handed 13 a gun and told her to kill Cabal when she got close. Just as she was about to pull the trigger, Jay shouted that MG was dead. Chaos broke out. A violent shootout erupted between Cabal's men and Ariel's crew. Ariel's father was killed, sending Ariel into a rage. He slaughtered many men, including Cabal. Then came a brutal one-on-one between 13 and Ariel. After a long and intense fight, 13 finally killed Ariel in a brutal, unforgiving way. Once the dust settled, Jackie picked 13 up in a vehicle. She cradled MG's lifeless body as they drove. She quietly told Jackie her real name, admitting how strange it was that she had only known Maji for 2 days. When Jackie asked if she liked her name, she gave no reply. Suddenly, their car was struck. They awoke inside an unfinished building. It was all a trap set by Instructor Umbra and her boss. Umbra was about to shoot 13, but Jackie tackled her to protect 13 and told her to run. Umbra's boss arrived and shot Jackie. As he turned to shoot 13, she dodged and leapt through a window. Troca was sent to chase her. In a brutal fight, Troca dominated, but 13 managed to stab and kill him. Right after, Umbra appeared, firing at 13. They fought fiercely, injuring each other badly. 13 had the chance to kill Umbra, but didn't take it. Umbra, too, hesitated when given the same opportunity. When Umbra's boss arrived and demanded she finish 13, Umbra turned on him, throwing a knife into his leg. In response, he shot her. 13, in turn, gunned him down with a flurry of bullets. She then carried MG's body to bury him. While resting by his grave, a mysterious woman appeared with 2 men. She shot at 13 and pointed a gun at her, ready to end her life. But suddenly, a man shot one of the woman's bodyguards and aimed at the other. When the woman asked who he was, he replied, "I'm here to even things out." She left laughing into the forest. The man approached 13 and warned her more would come, the shadows of death. She asked who he was. He removed his mask. "Buri," she whispered. He looked at her and said, "You're my responsibility now." The screen faded to black. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Thank you for watching.